guys, so today I will continue my reading from page 22. The clerk ran on the spot just as a security guard noticed something wrong and battled from his perch near the front entrance of Palin Tower. Neither the clerk nor the guard had ever met Mr. Troy Palin, so neither knew at first upon whose remains they were gazing. The body was bleeding, barefoot, twisted, and naked, and exposed with a sheet bunch at the arms. And it was quite dead. Another 30 seconds, and Troy would have had his wish, because they were stationed in a room of the fifth floor. Tira and Ramble and Dr. Tyson and their entourage of lawyers were the first to leave the building, and therefore the first to happen upon the suicide. Tira screamed, not from pain nor love nor loss, but from the sheer shock of seeing old Troy splattered on the brick. It was a rapt-piercing scream that was heard clearly by Smith, Stafford, and Durban, 14 floors up. Ramble thought the scene was rather cool. A child of TV and an addict of video games, he found the gore a magnet. He moved away from his shrieking mother and knelt beside his dead father. The security guard placed a firm hand on his shoulder. "That's Troy Palin," one of the lawyers said as he hovered above the corpse. "You don't say," said the guard. "Wow," said the clerk. More people ran from the building, Jenny, Gina, and Cody, with their string, Dr. Flowing, and their lawyers were next. But there were no screams, no breakdowns. They stuck together in a tight bunch, well away from Tira and her group, and gawked like everyone else and poor Troy. Radios crackled, and another guard arrived and took control of the scenes. He called for an ambulance. "What good will that do?" asked the payroll crowd, who by virtue of being the first on the scenes assumed a more important role in the aftermath. "You want to take him away in your car?" asked the guard. Ramble watched the blood fill in the mortar cracks and run in perfect angels down a gentle slope, toward a frozen fountain and a flagpole nearby. In the atrium, a packed elevator stopped and opened, and Lillian and the first family and their entourage emerged, because TJ and Rex had once been allowed office in the building. They had parked in the rear. The entire group turned left for an exit. Then someone near the front of the building yelled, "Mr. Palin, jump!" They switched direction and raced toward the front door, onto the brick patio near the fountain, where they found me. They wouldn't have to wait for the tumor after all. It took Joshua Stafford a minute or two or so to recover from the shock and start thinking like a lawyer again. He waited until the third and last family was visible below, then asked Smith and Durban to step inside. The camera was still on. Steve faced it, raised his right hand, and swore to tell the truth, then fighting tears, explained what he had just witnessed. Stafford opened the envelope and held the yellow sheets of paper close enough for the camera to see. "Yes, I saw him sign that," Smith said, "just seconds ago. And is that his signature?" Stafford asked. "Yes, yes, it is." "Did he declare this to be his last will and testament?" He called, he called it his testament. Stafford withdrew the papers before Smith could Read them. He repeated the same testimony with Durban, then placed himself before the camera and gave his version of events. The camera was turned off and the three of them rode to the ground to pay their respect to Mr. Palin. The elevator was packed with Palin employees, stunned, stunned, stunned but anxious to have a rare and last glimpse of the old man. The building was empty. Smith's quiet sobs were muffled in a corner. Guards had baked on the crowd away, leaving Troy alone in his puddle. A siren was approaching. Someone took photographs to memorialize the image of his death. Then a blank blanket was placed over his body. For the families, like twingers of grief, soon overcame the shock of death. They stood with their heads low, their eyes staring sadly at the blanket, organizing their thought for the issue to come. It was impossible to look at Troy and not think about the money. Grief for an estranged relative, even a father, cannot stand in the way of $500 million. For the employees, shock gave way to confusion. Troy was rumored to live up there above them, but very few had ever seen him. He was eccentric, crazy, sick. The rumors covered everything. He didn't like people. There, there were important vice presidents in the building who saw him once a year. If the company ran so well without him, surely their jobs were secure. For the psychiatrists, Zedek, Chloe, and Tennyson, for the moment was filled with tension. You declare a man to be of sound mind, and minutes later he jumps to his death. Yet even a crazy man can have a lucid interval. That's the legal term they repeat to themselves as they circulate in the crowd. Crazy as a bat, but one clear, lucid interval in the midst of the madness, and a person can execute a solid will. They won't stand firm with their opinion. Thank God, everything was on tape. Old Troy was sharp and lucid. And for the lawyers, the shock passed quickly and there was no grief. They stood grim-faced to their clients and watched the peaceful shine. The fees would be enormous. An ambulance drove onto the bricks and stopped near Troy. Stafford walked under the barricade and whispered something to the guards. Troy was quickly lowered onto a stretcher and taken away.